Ladies and gentle gamers, welcome back to Be Determined. In today's video, we're going to cover the brand new dye update and how it's kind of bugged out a lot of the game, as well as talk about the new Fiestas with coal, which a lot of people are misunderstanding how to get the glossy gemstones, so we're going to settle that right here, right now. So if you guys learned something or you enjoy, please make sure that you're subscribed. I know a ton of people that have been watching me for months, if not years, that haven't subscribed, so please make sure to smash that sub button. And without further ado, let's jump into it. So of course we have Vincent here. His little table that was here on the alpha is gone, so you can just walk straight up to him. This year he has the carmine dye, which is dropped from killing lava sea creatures, which is now twice as common. The copper dye, which is dropped from trading with visitors, which we will talk about in a moment. This is creating a lot of problems. And the Celeste dye, which is dropped from killing Spin Packmasters. So all of these dyes, brand new stuff. A lot of people are misunderstanding and thinking that dyes like the portal dye that were purchased from fire sales are going to be obtainable now. That is not the case. But if you are an investor, right now is the time to get your hands on these new dyes like the Lucky dye or the portal dye, Warden dye. A lot of people are panic selling all this stuff. Lucky dyes have dropped down to 80 mil. They were 100 mil a few hours ago, and they're already dropping so much. Everyone is panic selling all their dyes thinking they're going to be obtainable now. They are not. So if you have a lot of money to spend or invest, you know, this is probably a good option for you, because I'm sure these dyes will shoot back up in price as time goes on. But the main thing with Vincent is, of course, the talisman, which you get the bucket of dye. All you got to do is put a dye on the left side and then donate the dye, and it'll turn it into a talisman. Most people, like myself, are donating the chocolate dye, so it looks a little bit like brownish right there. But it doesn't matter the dye you donate, it'll change the color of the bucket, but it doesn't actually change the perks of it. And one little Easter egg I wanted to point out is if you look at the left side or the right side of Vincent's head, he does have an ear. And if you look on the left side here, he is actually missing his ear, just like Vincent van Gogh cut off his left ear in real life. This guy is definitely based off of Vincent van Gogh. But let's talk about this copper dye. So the dye itself hasn't really messed up anything on its own, but the problem a lot of people are having is they want to get this dye, so they go and they warp to their garden, and the garden is bugged. If you have any plots on your garden that are not cleared out but you've bought them, so let's say you go over here to the desk and you went and got configure plots, bought a plot, never cleared it out because you have a mega plot on a 5-lane row somewhere, then it is currently bugging those out and acting like you never bought them. So you're losing that SkyBlock XP you had from it and the farming fortune you have from unlocking all the plots. So if you have not logged on yet and you have done this where you've bought a plot but you didn't clear it, don't go to your garden. As far as I'm aware, it is still fully bugged, so don't risk it. It's not worth it. Another thing people are having problems with is dark claymores. So they did just adjust the gemstone slots on dark claymores, so they are now combat slots instead of just jasper slots. They used to be jasper slots only. But if you had jasper gems inside of your claymore already, then it is what appears to be wiping those. It's not actually wiping them. From what I hear, if you actually just go and put your claymore into a gemstone chamber, like the guy over at the Dwarven Mines, if you warp over here and throw your claymore into the gemstone section right here, then it should be fixed. But as you can see, they've had to disable this menu because of the bugs with claymore. So don't panic. It should be fixed shortly. If you have a claymore with like perfect jaspers in it, that's 70 million coins that you think you're missing. I'm sure they'll have it fixed shortly, but just be aware of that. And the last bug that I know of, I'm sure there's more. I've heard rumors of other ones, but this one I know is a fact. If you go into pets right now, it is Diana with her pet XP perk, so you should be able to XP share 3 pets, but the last 2 slots are not actually enabled, which is a bit annoying, especially during Fiestas. You want to be able to XP share as much as possible. That was kind of the whole point of voting Diana in with Cole, but unfortunately it is bugged right now. Hopefully they fix it pretty soon. A lot of people are wondering, like, why does this update seem to be the one that's bugging everything out? It kind of makes sense because dyes are now in like every single part of the game, so if it's going to bug out one thing, it's probably going to bug out a lot of things. Another bug that I did hear about was that like G-Drag Magic Find looks like it's bugged. Like the visuals aren't right. The number it shows in the chat is incorrect. but the actual amount of magic finds you have isn't really changed. So I'm not really sure how that works, but somehow G-Drag is messed up. But it's about time we talk about the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mayor Cole. So Cole, for the first time, has all 4 of his perks, which the first 2 are the same as always. The third one is changed. We'll talk about that in a moment. But he also has his 4th perk, which is Molten Forge. So decreases the time it takes to forge items. Pretty nice for those of you who use Forge to flip and sell items. Very easy to take advantage of. Very good perk. But the main one that everyone's focusing on is Mining Fiesta. So Cole now schedules 5 different mining fiestas throughout the year instead of just 2. During these events, you get 75 mining wisdom, collect refined minerals and glossy gemstones, and earn twice the drops from mining. So the way that the minerals and the gemstones work is now on the wiki. It wasn't on the wiki for ages, but they finally updated the wiki so we can take a look at the exact drop rates. So the glossy gemstone is a new drop from mining fiestas. It has to be mined from mining gemstones. So I was streaming this event and the first event, and I was getting asked this questions a ton. You can only get the glossy gemstone if you're actually mining gemstones. You cannot get it from mining gold or any other type of ore. It has to be gemstones, and they changed it now. So if we look into what I got today, I got a ton of glossy gemstones and I got 1 refined mineral. That's because I got this from mining some ores throughout the crystal hollows a little bit. I went and mined a little bit of redstone on accident and happened to get a refined mineral, but I got like 21 of these gemstones in each of the events. So refined minerals can only be found from ores, not including gemstone veins anymore. I'm not sure if that's intentional or if it's bugged, but you can't get minerals from gemstone veins. Glossy gemstones you can't get from ores. You can only get them from gemstones. That part is intentional, and it is a 1 in 725 drop, so they are pretty rare. I mined for 2 hours and 20 minutes during the first festival. I got 21 of these, and during the second festival I got 19. So maybe a trick for this will be found in the future. I was using Efficient Miner, which I think helps. If you go into your Heart of the Mountain tree, the Efficient Miner perk makes it so that you have a 50% chance to mine 6 adjacent ores. So basically you're getting a higher chance, a 50% chance to get 6 extra chances for a gemstone, but I'm not really sure if that's actually how it works or not. It seemed to be working pretty well for me. 21 gems was pretty decent compared to what I know a lot of people got, but everyone who got higher than me, I believe, was using Efficient Miner. So make sure to have this on if you are going specifically for gemstones. Pristine still does not work with Efficient Miner. The first block you mine will be affected by Pristine, even if Efficient Miner procs, but the extra 6 blocks that it mines do not have a chance to be procced by Pristine. So you may make a bit less money unless you get lucky with gemstones, but personally, I think it is worth it to have Efficient Miner on while going for these gemstones. If I were to sell all the ones that I had gotten, I would have averaged about 60 million extra coins in each festival. So I lost out on a little bit because I wasn't getting Pristine on the other gemstones, but I think that 60 mil more than pays for that. But if you're wondering what these gemstones can be used for, they are used to make a new glossy mineral talisman, which is an upgrade of the normal mineral talisman. Gives 3 extra mining fortune than the previous version. It costs 16 glossy gemstones. There's also the new glossy mineral armor set. It's 16 per piece of the armor, so you need a whole stack to make the entire glossy mineral set. It gives a bunch of extra mining fortune on non-ore blocks if you have the full tiered bonus. I think it's 50 or 100, something like that. So very nice if you're going to be mining hardstone or netherrack or mycelium, something like that. There's also the new Divine's powder coating, which requires 5 Divine fragments, half a stack of refined minerals, and half a stack of glossy gemstones, as well as 16 enchanted gold blocks. But when applied to an armor of Divine, it gets 10 extra mining fortune, or to a drill, it gives 500 mining speed. So that mining speed could be really, really nice for helping you guys get over the next tick speed. But if you're going to get 5 of these, you're going to need 2.5 stacks of the new gemstones. And a lot of people are averaging 20 or less per Fiesta. So if you're on Iron Man and you're going to be grinding for this, it's probably going to be a few coal elections before you max it out. There's also the new gemstone armor or equipment set, which is very similar to the titanium set. As you can see, it gives the same mining speed and mining fortune as the titanium equipment. Just grants extra mining fortune when mining amethyst and extra mining fortune when in the crystal hollow. But if you're not grinding in the crystal hollows, if you're grinding in glacial tunnels, unless you're mining one of these specific gems like amber, amethyst, sapphire, or jade, the titanium set is actually going to be better because it gives the same speed and mining fortune as the gem set, but it also has a full set bonus which grants extra mining speed and fortune while in the Dwarven mines, and that does count for the glaciate tunnels. They are in the Dwarven mine. Now the mine shafts, you will not have the same bonus, but inside the tunnels themselves, while you're trying to spawn mine shafts, the bonus is active. And finally, there's the Gleaming Crystal, which applies the Lustrous Reforge when combined with a pickaxe, which is very similar to the Auspicious. I believe it gives more mining fortune. On a legendary drill or something, then the Auspicious would give 45 mining speed and 8 fortune, whereas the Illustrious gives 25 mining speed and 16 fortune. So it's double the fortune, but 20 less mining speed, which most people would agree is generally going to be worth it. However, it is pretty expensive, another half stack of glossy gemstones, so may not want to go for this for a little bit, but it will be nice in the future. Anyways, that's everything we know about today's update, so if you guys did enjoy, please make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already. We're on our way to 12,000 subs as of me uploading this. We're only 8 subscribers away, so I'd really appreciate it if y'all smash the sub button. But I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. God bless.